the old saying about you can't have everything, and it's, swings and roundabouts. It's very true. You don't get any massive privilege in life without paying a price for it. It just seems to work that way. I think that's the balance of life.
I thank everyone that's involved in getting me emotionally to where I am today, because I would never have imagined that at 20 or 25, I would have never imagined that I could be this person.
As with most pop stars, there's a certain amount of invention, reinvention, and infamy that assures they do not desert the public consciousness for too long. When George Michael released his second solo album, Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1 in September 1990, he wasn't asking fans to embrace a captivating new persona as equivalent pop giants like Madonna and David Bowie did during their imperial phases. He was attempting something just as audacious. He wanted to shed the misleading image he had created for himself as one of the most recognizable stars of the 1980s. In the song Freedom, Michael delivered the rather pleading refrain, "I just hope you understand, sometimes the clothes do not make the man." Then drove home his message in the accompanying music video by torching his signature leather jacket from the Faith album.
If it wasn't music, if I wasn't absolutely driven, and if I didn't find it impossible to live without music, then I wouldn't be doing this anymore.
I'd say I haven't been happy with fame since I was 22, right? So I've wished I was someone else since I was 22, because I hate the effect it has on friendships, on relationships, on your privacy. I hate it, all of it. But I love the fact that I've been given the ability to make music, and I'm a kind of slave to that.
From Wake Me Up Before You Go to Faith, to I Want Your Sex, to Fast Love, George Michael's classic songs practically vibrate with exuberance. Here's From the Guts, singing pitched between a snarl and a cool, the cleverly detailed grooves, which he devised as his own writer and producer, pushing ever forward.
Even his slow, sad ones, Careless Whisper, One More Try, Praying for Time, have a kind of mournfully aesthetic quality, as though he couldn't bear to stop luxuriating in their melancholy.
That there was a prison that the gay community lived in, which, as long as you're born in certain parts of the world, if you're lucky enough to be born in England or America, wherever, or certain parts of England or America, you can live a very happy, openly gay life. And obviously I'm a testament to that, whether I'm famous or not.
The purity of emotion in George Michael's music, not to mention his handsome looks and quick wit, is what made him a superstar in the 80s and 90s, with 21 top 10 hits, including 10 number ones on Billboard's Hot 100.
That religion deals in absolutes. Something is either absolutely right or absolutely wrong. So in America, a lot of issues are treated that way. And the grey area, which is so important to understanding and progress, tends to be more lost between the extreme shouting. And I think the majority of Americans are much more reasonable than that. I accept the limitations of American media, and I accept that I'm a square peg in a round hole here, you know?
So it's not hard to understand why, in America, George Michael declined to engage the question in those formative years about his sexuality. For those who worked with him, they kind of sought a kind of plausible deniability.
In terms of the way I think about things, in terms of the fact that I'm gay, many things that are hard to get around in this country, which have never been an issue for me in Europe. And the evidence is there in the fact that my career never stopped in Europe. Even though I was really not present, and even though I had just about enough energy and enough wherewithal to make on a regular enough basis, because there was a greatest hits and there was a covers album, you know. Post 1991, America would have always been a very difficult thing for me to negotiate, because I had apparently rejected fame, which I hadn't. I was saying I needed to calm it down. It's so about the American dream that if you reject the idea of huge success, you're almost blaspheming.
With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. My name is Gary Harrison, and you've been watching Star Pop People with George Michael.
In his own words. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. And we'll catch you on the next one.